Hi guys, I wanted to talk about our homeschool year. My son is currently in first grade, and I made a video at the beginning of the year showing what curriculum that we were using. And a couple, 6 weeks ago maybe, we felt like we just needed a reset. Things were just not going well. We didn't feel like we were thriving. I didn't feel like my son was really growing and blossoming. And so I'm just going to show you kind of what we were using and what we switched to. So we started the year with Horizons Math, and that was one that I always kind of felt hesitant about. We did get through most of it. I think we probably only had 40 lessons left or something. But I just didn't really feel like he was getting a solid understanding of it. He was doing it all. He was getting everything correct, but he just was not thriving with it. So that was the biggest struggle all year, and the thing that I knew needed the most change. Story of the World. We really like Story of the World. We really do enjoy reading these stories, but we just were not doing it consistently. We weren't doing the project, so it wasn't working for us. We do pick it up when we have some downtime and want to read something different, but we're not really consistently doing it. So that one got taken off as well. And our first language lessons, another one that just he was not thriving with, so we did lessons occasionally, and he was just kind of bored. So not doing that. And then our daily 6th trait writing, this one I did like. I felt like it went a little bit slow for him. It does have the teacher's instructions for each week, and then the worksheets for the kids. Let's see, here we go. So we did probably about half of that, but it was just kind of slow, and he was kind of bored with it. So like I said, we decided we needed a reset, and so we basically kind of started new curriculum for most subjects. So the biggest change was our math. That was the thing we were struggling with the most. I guess not struggling as so much in the content, but just trudging through it. So we decided to make the switch to teaching textbooks, and I had my son try the sample lessons. I bought ours from timberdoodle.com, and he tried the sample lessons, and he just loved it. He did a couple lessons, spent an hour just doing the sample lessons because he liked them so much. So this comes with, it's all, the lessons are all on the computer. It comes with 4 discs, and then this is the answer booklet. We haven't really used that. And then the workbook. And the workbook has the lesson. It also has all the problems in there, so they can write it down. So here's the lesson we're on right now. We didn't start at the beginning. We started about where his level was. And so all of this is what they see on the screen. So if it's something that I feel like he needs extra on, I will do kind of a review or, a teaching on my own before he starts on the computer. And then the problems are on the next pages. And so he can do the work if he needs to. Like if he needs to write the problems, he can write them on the paper before he enters them into the computer. And then others, like true and false, he doesn't bother using the notebook for. And so far we really like it. He enjoys doing his math. When I ask him what he wants to do next, he usually chooses math because he likes that it's on the computer. So that was our big switch. That was kind of the catalyst that made us decide to change everything. The Ordinary Parent's Guide to Teaching Reading. We have been using this all year. We don't do it every day. He pretty much can pick anything up and read it, but we have about 30 lessons left, and we've been really happy with it. I'm also using this with my younger son. He's in preschool, and we've been happy with it. They're short lessons, so we usually do 2 or 3 at a time. So that one is a keeper. We really like that. I have this complete book of reading that I picked up on Amazon. It's older, so I bought it from like the used section. It was not used, but my younger son does the first part, and then in the back there is more of the language arts work, and so my first grader is doing these. It's talking about inferring, it talks about making assumptions, and then there's another section back here that's more like grammar. So we talk about nouns and verbs, using complete sentences. So we're just doing a couple pages in that every day. Another big change that we made is moving beyond the page. And we used this last year for kindergarten. And I received the material through our state program that we went through. So all of our curriculum was free because this is kind of an expensive curriculum. So it's not one that I thought I would buy on my own. But the student workbooks and the teacher manuals that we didn't use last year, we did not have to end up sending back. So I had those on hand, and I thought we would give it a try to see if going back to that was going to be a good fit for us again this year. And it really has been. Like, from the first lesson, he was so much more engaged. So this is the teacher's manual, and it gives what you're going to be talking about that day, facts and definitions, the skills that they are going to be learning, what materials you need, and then pretty much step-by-step instructions for each activity, what questions to ask, what you're going to do. Most of these are 1-day activities. Some of them are 2 days. And so that's the parent's manual, and then this is the child's. This one's pretty hefty. And each day there's 3 or 4 activities that they do. And my son hates writing, he hates drawing, and immediately when we started this up again, he has been so much more engaged and just excited about, okay, now we're seeing all the pages we haven't done. Here's some pages we've done, and it's just been a huge difference for the entire flow of every subject in our day. So most of the activities have an option 1. Let's see if we can find one. An option 1 and an option 2. So option 1 is for your younger child. So the curriculum is kind of an age range. So this is for 6 to 8-year-olds. So my son is 6, so he is doing option 1 on most of these activities. And then there's an option 2. So let's see. This was option 1, so it kind of lays it out for him and he answers the question. Option 2 doesn't really give him guide, and he would have to think of rules and laws on his own. But he has been so much more engaged since we started this, so he does not write. He does not come up with stories on his own, and he asked to do this storybook about cause and effect after we did a lesson on it. And we have been learning about community, so he has his map that he made, how changes in the community and seasons. He made a flyer about his community, and this is just amazing. He just doesn't do this kind of stuff willingly, and so it's been a big step and great change for us. And then just an example, there's lots of books that you read with it. So we read Lily's Purple Plastic Purse to talk about decisions and consequences, and The Little House to talk about how communities change. You can buy all the books with the curriculum, but we have an excellent library system, so I'm just getting them there. Our handwriting, we pretty much finished up the printing power, and then are slowly starting on our cursive, and then just the books that he reads for 20 or 30 minutes a day. And then back to our math, the one extra that he really loves is our new times table activity book. When he was still doing Horizons, he would complain about doing it and it would take him forever, and then he one day said, "Now can I do my fun math book?" And he was talking about this one, and it's just a fun book, practicing his multiplication, because that is what we are really working on right now. So anyway, that is kind of a look at the things that we are doing now in our homeschool. I guess we could really consider it a new year, a new fresh start. And things are going great now that we've made the transition to new curriculum, and it was a great decision. It was a hard decision, but I definitely encourage anyone who feels like they're struggling with a certain curriculum, don't feel like you're tied to it, because you have that freedom to make that decision if things are not working for your family. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks.